focus on diverse content. They landed a huge deal with Shonda Rhimes, creator of Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and a bunch of other stuff, Grey's Anatomy, to even just getting comedy specials with the legend Dave Chappelle. So I'm really excited to see where, content and TV shows are going to be going now that we get better stories, or stories that tell bigger stories and include more people.
That's dope. Do you have anything else going on out there?
So this is pretty much my favorite. R.I.P. Vine.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
It is time to do it for state. There's a new Instagram account called Do It for State that young adults everywhere are literally flocking to. I want to say to all the young adults or college students that might be listening, please don't be upset that I'm letting the grown folks in on your fun. But the Instagram, with almost 1 million followers, is full of frat boy foolery, half-naked young ladies, and overall just like college craziness, wildness.
Debauchery.
No, it's intense. And if you check it out, be careful. There is some graphic material, so scroll at your own risk. I know I told Mike to go check it out, and he got a bit freaked out. I heard him hit a high note. You did.
I did hit a high note. I saw some great visual, and then I saw some stuff that just had me, oh, God.
I can't scroll fast enough.
Right.
Right, exactly. So what I have to say, the days of hiding what you used to do in college or, party behaviors, it's kind of done with. There's cameras everywhere, and they seem to just always be on, always recording. So young adults, if you see a camera out, make sure whatever you're doing, you be okay with your mamas and your grandmas and whoever's watching over you seeing. And same for y'all too. Just be careful. And it's really interesting though, because I think this actually comes with a lot more backfire and commentary, because accounts like Do It for State, or another popular account, Total Frat Move, exploiting young adults and vulnerable times and the ways in which it can fuel cyberbullying is really interesting, because now, you might see some stuff that people wouldn't want to be out there, but now up for everyone to see. So I just say be careful, kids. Stay on your grind. Just watch out for the recording or the red little camera going, so you're careful. But if you want to check out Do It for State, it's at Do It for State with the number 4, or at the hashtag under the same name, hashtag Do It for State.
Yep, nothing like seeing that principal twerking.
Yes, Christian, what I thought was really interesting when you put me up on this is the fact that the paparazzi now is no longer just a Hollywood affair. It's actually on every college campus. Now, thanks to the smartphone, everybody is the paparazzi, and now everything is being posted. Team, you already know how the Qs do it, so imagine Omega Oil parties and now having an outlet on Instagram where all these things and the side effects or the post effects to a party are now posted and got all the views. And one of the things that Christian had noted is that I think the Do It for State has darn near 1 million followers. How crazy is that? A company will try to build its brand, but this viral movement of just all these silly pranks and everything that's going on out there is actually has gained traction. It tells a lot about the world that we live in, where the paparazzi is not just Hollywood. The paparazzi is every college campus USA.
Wow. Man, that's heavy, man. It might be the new thing very soon, huh?
Absolute.
All right, that's what it's hitting for right there. But for all this news and so much more, Mike Johns, what do they need to do, homie?
For the hottest news in tech, hands down, go to checkthisoutnews.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at checkthisoutnews.
We're going to take a quick break, as we always do here on Check This Out News. I got an artist that you definitely need to check for. He's hot, up and coming. His name is AJ, hails from Brooklyn, New York. The song is called Single for Tonight. We definitely want to hear what you think. And after the break, we got an exclusive interview with the founder of a new app that's dubbed the Uber for Escorts, which claims to make sex workers safer. Okay? So you can already connect the dots on that. The Uber for Escorts. No, this ain't no Taco Bell, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, yo, this is Ice Cube. This is some of that exclusive you can't get no.
Focus on diverse content. They landed a huge deal with Shonda Rhimes, creator of Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and a bunch of other stuff, Grey's Anatomy, to even just getting comedy specials with the legend Dave Chappelle. So I'm really excited to see where, content and TV shows are going to be going now that we get better stories or stories that tell bigger stories and include more people.
That's dope. Do you have anything else going on out there?
So this is pretty much my favorite. R.I.P. Vine.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
It is time to do it for state. There's a new Instagram account called Do It for State that young adults everywhere are literally flocking to. I want to say to all the young adults or college students that might be listening, please don't be upset that I'm letting the grown folks in on your fun. But the Instagram with almost 1 million followers is full of frat boy foolery, half-naked young ladies, and overall just like college craziness, wildness.
Debauchery.
No, it's intense. And if you check it out, be careful. There is some graphic material, so scroll at your own risk. I know I told Mike to go check it out, and he got a bit freaked out. I heard him hit a high note. You did.
I did hit a high note. I saw some great visual, and then I saw some stuff that just had me, oh, God.
I can't scroll fast enough.
Right.
Right, exactly. So what I have to say, the days of hiding what you used to do in college or, party behaviors, it's kind of done with. There's cameras everywhere, and they seem to just always be on, always recording. So young adults, if you see a camera out, make sure whatever you're doing, you be okay with your mamas and your grandmas and whoever's watching over you seeing. And same for y'all too. Just be careful. And it's really interesting though, because I think this actually comes with a lot more backfire and commentary, because accounts like Do It for State or another popular account, Total Frat Move, exploiting young adults and vulnerable times and the ways in which it can fuel cyberbullying is really interesting, because now, you might see some stuff that people wouldn't want to be out there, but now up for everyone to see. So I just say be careful, kids. Stay on your grind. Just watch out for the recording or the red little camera going, so you're careful. But if you want to check out Do It for State, it's at Do It for State with the number 4, or at the hashtag under the same name, hashtag Do It.
Founder of the app and CEO, Ruben Copper. It's called Rendezvous. Ruben, how you doing?
Good, man. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you as well. So tell us what Rendezvous is, Ruben.
Yeah, in short, it's an on-demand platform for the adult services industry. So basically, we make it safer and easier for clients and escorts to connect.
Now, what was that like in the pitch meeting?
It wasn't like that at first. That's kind of the refined version. That's version whatever I'm up to now. It's kind of the 3 to 4 second PG elevator pitch, I guess.
Okay. It's been described, or I guess you might even have described it as the Uber for escorts. Is that correct?
Yeah, not a phrase that I started using initially. I don't know about you, but it's still in the Sydney tech startup scene. Anything that's an app becomes the Uber for. But in this case, it's actually kind of relevant for a couple of reasons. One of which is that most of the escorts operate on our platform are already operating. They're already getting clients through either brothels, which are legal in Sydney and New South Wales, or online, and they've basically got downtime. In that downtime, they can run Rendezvous and connect with clients on demand. I guess. And from a client perspective, they can see exactly when, in terms of time. There's no map. They could be at an appointment, so it's on demand in that instance. And also, we're removing the friction with the payment. Sort of like you get out of your Uber and the payments are just handled. We do a similar thing with Rendezvous.
So what cities is it legal in?
So we started off in Sydney, in Australia, and in New South Wales, which is the state Sydney, then prostitution is legal, like it is in a lot of the world, and brothels are also legal. So we've launched in London subject to that about 3 months ago, or subsequent to that. And in London, prostitution is also legal, but brothels, or more specifically more than one sex worker operating from the same premise, are not legal, which means that as a client who's not prepared, for example, it's more difficult in London to engage with an escort than in Sydney, because in Sydney you can go up to one of 300 or 400 brothels and walk in and kind of gain service there, whereas you don't have that available in the London marketplace.
Damn, London on demand. I see you. So can you describe some of the features of the app? What is it? What makes it so unique?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the crux of the problem that we're solving, or the benefit for sex workers and escorts, is that we guarantee the payment of the appointment. So A lot of the problem at the moment is clients will, on the spur of the moment, look to make an appointment or contact a bunch of escorts, and the escorts generally won't take those appointments because they've got no time to carry out basic security mechanisms, and also because clients got no way of guaranteeing the appointment, so they often won't show up, which means for clients in the marketplace, you can't book on demand. So from an escort's perspective, they know that when a booking comes through our system, we've already verified the client's mobile number and we've taken his credit card to guarantee the booking. Now, we use the credit card just as a guarantee. The majority of customers tend to pay cash at the time of the appointment because it's quite a cash-based industry, in which case we refund the pre-op for the credit card. So it's primarily there as a guarantee mechanism, and it can be used as payment. So that's the major benefit from the escorts in terms of the guarantee of the appointment payment and also the security. From a client, it means they can log onto the app and see exactly when they could be at an appointment and know within a few minutes that's been confirmed. And then also throughout that appointment, we have kind of like a Domino's pizza tracker of how far away the appointment is, so that the escort's preparing, when they finish preparing, when they're traveling, and when they arrive. So basically making it a lot easier and also simpler from both sides of the equation.
Well, I mean, Ruben, you're definitely redefining getting paid by the pound, to say the least. Do you all have a star or rating system for utilizers of the app are able to use?
So when the appointment's complete, the client reviews the service provider, the escort, 2 different categories out of 5 stars. So the first is for profile accuracy, which is a particularly relevant one for this industry because historically there's very few or no feedback mechanisms. A lot of the profiles are made as kind of ideal as possible because the only job of the profile is to be able to attract that initial phone call and that initial, showing up at the appointment. If it's a bad sort of sales experience, if you like, from there, when they open the door and they're initially disappointed, that's fast kind of forgotten. So because we're now putting in place this mechanism, it means that escorts will have more accurate profiles, which is something clients have always said they want. So at the end of the appointment, the client reviews the escort for profile accuracy out of 5 stars, and then also the overall quality of the appointment, which is somewhat subjective. From the escort or service provider side, similar to how your Uber driver rates you, they rate the client out of 5 stars, which is just for general etiquette, I guess, over the course of the appointment. And we use that to follow up. If it's 3 stars or less, we contact the service provider and find out why, and we can obviously remove clients from the platform if they're a problem.
Who are your users?
So typically, they're 18 to 60-year-old males. We have male escorts on the platform, as well as female escorts, but they've made up a small percentage of the bookings. But apart from that, there's not much else I can tell you. They're in the locations that we're operating in, and they're male. Basically, is about the level of detail that we have in terms of profiling the customers, I guess.
Certainly. Now, speaking of having male escorts, I noticed that you also cater to women.
That's right.
Now, what's the difference between a man's need for an escort versus a woman's?
From a technical standpoint or from our platform standpoint, absolutely nothing. I guess in reality, the services that a man or a woman is looking for from an escort differ individually, but we know that a large part of it is an emotional kind of connection as well as a physical one. But in terms of the specifics, again, it's a platform, and each escort lists their kind of services there. From our platform perspective, they're the same thing, but I guess I can't really comment much more specifically on individual taste.
Now, how much does the app cost, and where would you download it?
So you can't actually download the app. We were initially developing it to be, or looking into developing it to be native, but the problem is we don't want to be at the whim or mercy of any app store or platform to be able to pull our app. Now, technically, we're not doing anything that there is any regulation against. The only regulations that would apply, that you adhere to local laws and policies, which we do in the regions we're operating. With that said, adult-based and particularly dating introductory apps have had some problems with the App Store. So the way we've developed it is to run entirely in browser. So it's a mobile web app. It can be saved to the home screen and looks and behaves like an app, and it can also run in private or incognito browsing mode for those users that need that kind of functionality. So it's free to use and works on any phone, iOS or Android. Something that I think that has the capability for mobile web browsing. In terms of the fee to use, the app's free to browse. We charge clients a platform fee when they make a booking. So at the moment, that platform fee is £5 in London, and it's 10 Australian dollars in Sydney.
Now, I would assume that it's good on either Android or iOS, since you can use it in the browser, obviously, right?
That's right.
Where do you get the most traction?
we've had the typical from a client perspective. It's been majority iOS in both the Sydney and the UK markets. The application that the service provider runs is actually a native app, and we can distribute that directly